it is my pleasure to introduce Tiffany Williamson. Come on up.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you. Really quick, if you can keep the music going for a second, I need Carrie, Al-Marie, Joseph, Jim, Elena to come up on the stage. I need help closing out the show today. You guys can just sit right along the edge. Al-Marie, Carrie, Joseph, and Dylan. Thank you.
Sit by me, Al-Marie.
Thank you. I hadn't even planned the wave. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. Like an added bonus there. The people sitting here have something in common. Who can guess what it is?
Realty. Success.
Yeah?
Determination, a vision, goals, dreams.
Success.
Yes, Chip. Okay. Right. Carrie. Yeah.
Tight shoe game.
Carrie, what did your boss tell you 4 years ago?
Let's get her mic.
Yes.
Check.
Ellen?
My boss told me about 5 years ago in a previous company that I would never be a rainmaker, that I was a support staff that was my role and that was my personality type.
So a rainmaker equates to a team leader, right?
Right.
Never be a team leader. I'm so glad you did not listen to her.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right? Joseph, how old are you?
I just turned 23 last month. I
23 years old. When did you start?
started in March this year.
March this year. And how much have you sold so far?
All volume-wise, almost 3 million.
Almost 3 million. Most real estate companies would not bother with someone as young as Joseph. Unbelievable. Al-Marie, how broke were you when you got into real estate?
I didn't have money to buy water for an open house.
Do you hear that? She didn't have money to buy water for an open house, and she stood on this stage as a capper today. Dylan, what did you do prior to real estate?
Prior to real estate, I was a door-to-door guy, and I snuck into buildings and loading docks and all kinds of shit like that, going around corporate parks selling art out of my trunk.
I bet he was pretty good at it, don't you think? Yeah. Elena, what makes you different from other home builders?
My gender
And my height. But I bet you're the hottest home builder in the triangle. Without a doubt, right? Jim, how many real estate deals did you close prior to opening up Go Realty 8 years ago?
Oh, God. 12?
Wow.
It's a miracle we're even here today. Well, deals?
I think 8 of them were Garment homes.
That's true, yeah. So who can tell me what these people have in common?
It started from the bottom down to
It's something I'd like to call the Unlikelies. Meet the Unlikelies. These are people who did stuff that no one expected. If you would have met them 5 to 10 years ago, you would not have guessed they would be on this stage today. You would not have guessed that they would be closing $20 million, they would be building $20 million teams, or $60 million home building companies, or capping their first year in real estate. Give this group of Unlikelies another big round of applause. The more people I talk to, the more stories I hear, the more I realize that it doesn't matter where you start. It doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. The only thing that matters is deciding to show up every single day. And here's the thing. It's not just these guys on stage who are unlikely. Every person in this room is unlikely in some way. Lorena, an immigrant, moved here without knowing a soul. Stephanie was in a bad car accident and struggled for years to get better. Alicia was told recently by a different firm that in order to be successful in real estate, she had to have a savings account with thousands of dollars. We're all unlikely in some way, including me. I never finished college. I was out on my own at 17 years old. If you would have asked my teachers in high school if they thought I would be successful today, the answer would be simple. They would say no. I never took school seriously. I worked 3 jobs for years. I worked at a bank during the day, I worked at the Walmart jewelry counter at night, and I waited tables on the weekends. Everything I owned fit in a plastic tub, and I would take it with me from various friends' houses. Everybody in this room is unlikely in some way. A lot has changed since I started at Go Realty 4 years ago. Who remembers some of our taglines from the earlier days?
Go gets better.
Go gets better? Yeah, that's one of them.
Yep.
The one that sticks out to me the most was on the front of our website. It read, Go Realty. Not for everyone. Not for everyone. And that just never sat well with me. I found myself asking, who are we to judge? Who are we to judge who may be successful? Who are we to judge who may fail? Who are we to judge who's too young or too old? Should we not hire somebody because they have a job and miss out on someone like Al-Marie? Should we not hire someone because they're behind on their car payments and miss out on a Dylan? Not on your life. Whether we realize it or not, we have built this company on the Unlikelies. It's in our DNA. It's who we are. And now it's in our conversations every single day in our offices. Steve Jobs said, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that somehow the dots will connect in your future. I see dots connecting every day at Go Realty for our team. I see dots connecting for me that I never thought possible. Recently, one of my favorite speakers, Les Brown, said, the wealthiest place in the world is the graveyard. That's where you'll find hopes and dreams that were never fulfilled, inventions that were never shared, songs that were never sung, books that were never written, cures that were never discovered, all because someone was too afraid to take the first step, too afraid to stick with it, and too afraid to keep showing up. Picture yourself sitting in these seats 1 year from today in 2018. What is it that you want to do to make a difference in 2018? What do you want to be known for? How will you connect your dots? I encourage each one of you in here to find your unlikely. Embrace what makes you different and never, ever stop. Thank you.